Sorry about that, people. Yeah, camera's fixed now. We're here, we're in the house. Now I'm saying Tebs here, DC Film Fridays, man. Let's do this. So let's check out the top news today, man. Okay, first up is uh DC gives us the Deathstroke and um the Deathstroke and Bane movie, man. I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they did it. Like what are they doing? What they doing to Spider Man? It's what Sony's doing to Spider Man with Batman because they own. Sony's only doing it because they only own part of Marvel's. They're just trying to get some of Marvel's shine. They only own part of the Marvel property, which is Spider Man and all his and he has like a huge collection of villains, anti-heroes and villains and whatever. But I'm just saying. Man, I don't know why DC's doing this, man. DC is like they could have done so much. Like how many people haven't had movies yet? I mean, Doctor Light doesn't have a movie yet. How are we living in a time where we don't have a Doctor Light movie, where we don't have a Mr. Terrific movie? Instead, Mr. Terrific just features in a Superman movie, but we're getting a full Deathstroke and Bane movie, man. And Deathstroke is supposed to be like one of the illest villains for Batman. He's supposed to be one of the guy who could out Batman. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, let's just get into this article, people. Like and subscribe, please. It helps with the algorithm. It helps with the algorithm. Helps with the helps with the oh helps with the helps with the helps with the algorithm. Oh man, but it's cool. I like it. I love it. I like it. Okay. This is an article by The Guardian. Give us Deathstroke. Give us DC's Deathstroke and Bane movie. It can't be worse than Aquaman and The Last Kingdom. James Gunn's made a good start as DC's new big cheese, but will it all muscle bound lungs and second rate sidekicks get their own feature film? Who's next? Condiment King? Is Condiment King a real character, man? I have to Google this quickly. I know I'm supposed to. It's a bad habit. It is. He is a real character, man. Wow. Condiment King. Hey, man. To each his own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's cool. Condiment King, man. With the mustard and the ketchup and the hot sauce, Tabasco. If you fuck. Like what is Condiment King's backstory, man? Like what what could have birthed Condiment King? What could possibly have birthed Condiment King, man? Let's see. Condiment King it's a joke villain. But still, I want to know. I want to know what could have birthed Condiment King, man. Is the light? I do not want it to be too strong now. Give me the light. Okay. Condiment King is a joke villain created by Bruce Timm and Paul Dini for Batman the Animated Series as a parody of the campy supervillains Batman fought in the Silver Age of comics and 1996 Batman series. He is a petty criminal who makes use of various condiments, sometimes capable of causing anaphylactic shock as his weapons. Yeah, he is generally used as comic relief within the series. His original origin was that of a stand-up comedian who angered the Joker, who had kidnapped and brainwashed him into becoming a ridiculous supervillain as vengeance. Hey, yo, man, that's mad. That's mad. That is mad. So he was doing his stand up in Gotham one day, and then he's like, "Yo, Joker, what's up with that guy?" Joker's like, "I'll show you what the fuck is up, man." That's crazy. That is crazy. Um, Condiment King, man. Okay. Let's see if you can cut the mustard, Batman. Oh, that's his tagline, man. Like I'd love to see him in a Batman film. And he'd obviously be like the guy no one takes seriously, and then he does something very serious, and then people are like, why did we underestimate Condiment King, man? Why? Why did we let Condiment King slide? We should not have let him slide. Condiment King. Bastard. Yeah, man. Sometimes the truth really does feel stranger than fiction. Bring on this news week that DC is planning a movie about Deathstroke and Bane. A duo so testosterone fueled is like someone let the two angriest blokes at your local gym start a metal band together. Two of the angriest dudes in my gym are very much family men, and yeah, they would not start a metal band. They are very much cool, calm, collected. Yes, even though they're like the angriest dudes. But anyway, let's get it, man. And yet, times being what they are, you probably shouldn't be all that baffled. For we live in a reality in which all kinds of super critters and minor Z-grade comic book heroes have inexplicably achieved their own movies and TV series. It was not so long ago that Thor, a glorified Asgardian lumberjack who occasionally moonlights as a Norse god, was considered a relatively niche costume titan. While it's possible to count on the fingers of one hand, the number of human beings who have heard of Rocket Raccoon prior to James Gunn's, I'm not gonna lie, I'd never heard of Rocket Raccoon, man. James Gunn threw me for a loop. But that's where you get, if you get a creator who actually cares about the character, let me not say that, man. Let me not say actually cares, who tries to make the character as relatable as possible. That's the ticket. They tried to make their character as relatable as possible and try to tell a good story. Then yeah, man, it really works. And you look at Thor. Thor is like the most powerful Avenger all of a sudden, from a guy who was you know a lumberjack. Like, cause I remember Thor, man. I remember when I was a kid. Like, in the comic books, I remember I asked a friend who he was heavy into comic books. I was like, no, man, because I knew Thor from the Greek and as Greek mythology, and I asked this dude like, "Yo, what's up with Thor in the? Is that Thor in the Marvel comics?" And he's like, "Nah, man, Thor's no big deal, man. It's all about Iron Man." You know what I'm saying he's the dude. So I was like, okay, that's cool. But now, yeah, look at him, he glowed up. So yeah, man. Let's get this article. Really, this article, I don't really feel like reading it, man, because I don't agree with DC doing. Um, like I'm just gonna this man. Uh, DC characters who deserve a movie. Like I'm just gonna do that. I mean, let's get it, man. First DC character who deserves a movie. Doctor Fate. Doctor Fate deserves his own movie. Why do we not have a Doctor Fate movie? I mean, why don't we have a proper Teen Titans movie out yet? The series, the series divided people. The animated series was critically acclaimed. I mean, Plastic Man. Plastic Man, I can't remember, but I'm sorry about that, people. It's just people making in the background. Plastic Man, yeah, he deserves his own movie. Like, he may have been a joke character, but I do remember at one time, just like I said it was this dude with Condiment Man. Plastic Man, he made his own. He was he was very serious in what he did. He might have been a joke character. People have might have taken him for a joke, but he was his motivation was true. Like he helped people. and he usually fought the toughest bad guys, and he lost like half the time. But at other times, he was the only guy that could defeat the bad guy. So, and boost how do we not have a Booster Gold film, man? Like I know it's being planned right now in the DCU, but Martian Manhunt, like I think it was so brave that nah, man. Actually, let me just cut it. It wasn't even brave. Zack Snyder was forced to put Martian Manhunter in the Justice League film. I don't know why. Yo, man. The question sounds dope. Like through, especially recently through the animated films, the question is the illest villain, man. Not he's not a villain, but I'm just saying he's a very good detective, and that's oh man, it's amazing. Green Arrow, nah, you know, Adam, Ray Palmer, like before Ant Man blew up, before Marvel put Ant Man on this pedestal, this was the guy that I used to work like. I had on the Justice League. I had three favorite characters, man. It was the Flash, obviously. Besides the big three, obviously, it was the Flash, Atom, and what else? It was the Flash, the Atom, and Batman. But anyway, but the Atom was like one of my favorite characters, man. Like he was so ill. Like Ray Palmer, hey yo, man. Let me just say less because his character is so different from what they did with Ant Man. Like I just feel that they should have given him more, man. He deserved more. But yeah, Electric and the Demon, Mr. Miracle, like dude, dude, nah, bro, nah. But instead of getting original DC films, like let me just go through the characters of I did a review. Watch my review, people. I did a review on uh Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3, which is a very good film, man. And because DC is really so slow with doing these things, and the animated side of DC is I'm not gonna say so perfect, but it's actually great at you know integrating all the ideas, executing their ideas quickly, and that's yo man. Like compare the Flashpoint film, the animated Flashpoint film, compared to the live action Flashpoint Flash film, worlds apart, worlds apart, man. Like that, the live action was basically it was glorious. It was a glorious cameo city, basically, and the live. I mean the this thing, the animated Flashpoint. It was basically, oh man, it was one of the greatest stories ever told. It was too dope. It reset the whole universe, which is too dope, man. Like I don't think you'd understand, man. I don't think you can understand. Anyway, let's go through it, people. Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths, Part 3 specifically, because Part 3 featured a lot of the characters. How does it ever, okay, anyway, it has a 20% score rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Do with that information what you please. Put it on a paper, wipe your ass with it. I don't know. It was a good film. I think it was a good film. Anyway, just I just want to go through the characters, man. Like I just like the list was so oh dude, this list is super long. Okay. Um, but actually yes, I kind of feel like this is gonna be the thing for. I kind of feel this is gonna be the thing for this thing, man. This is gonna be the main. This is gonna be the main film. I think James Gunn is gonna try and go a different route. Actually, if he does this, it will be going down the same route as the multiverse, which people hate so much, man. There are good multiverse films, but there are also bad multiverse films. People are only latching onto the bad multiverse films because the whole industry as a whole right now is going through a dip. It's not the first dip. It's just that Marvel has had this formula, and sometimes the formula runs out, man. It becomes stale. They have to try something new, something different. I don't know. Sometimes I have to get someone new. Like that's sometimes things don't work. So, of mice and men, quote, the best laid plans often wind up astray. I think that's the quote. That's what I remember. That's what I took from it. Yeah, man. The multiverse, like Kang was like the way Kang was hyped up. I know this is DC, but the way Kang was hyped up, I read, I read the main. I only read one, and that is the only one I felt like I needed to read. Um, which was what 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 was it called? Kang comic. Only myself left to conquer. Like that was the greatest multiverse story I've ever read, man. Like even the Doctor Doom stuff at the end. Okay, it kind of. I'm not gonna go into that, but yeah, that was so good, man. Like it was so good. It was so good. And I was like, if they ever adapted this in some way and put it into what they're currently doing, it would have worked so well. It would have worked so well, man. And because the stakes were very emotional, because that's how Thanos was such a great villain, because the stakes were emotional in just in Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. Like, dude, Thanos killed his own daughter, and that was such a sacrifice because he actually loved her, and without, in his own way, he loved her so much. So, yeah, man, this, like, the whole thing is about love. Like, this whole Kang, my only myself left to conquer. It was about love. I don't think he really even cared about conquering, man, because he only wanted to conquer in his own way, conquer, rule, win over someone's only one person's heart, which was Ravonna Renslayer. But they experimented with it. They tried to do a thing where if they had just kept on doing what they were doing, it would have worked out. But who knows? It might not also have worked out, man. But I think it would have worked out. But yeah, man. Let's just get back to this. Okay. Back to characters who deserve their own movie. Like, dude, Hawkman. Hawkman deserved his own movie. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna go through the whole backstories. I might elaborate on some of them, but for the sake of brevity, for the sake of just going on, because this is not usually what I do here. I usually just keep you up with film news around DC films because I'm a DC fan, DC stan. Though I appreciate all art in all its forms. Anyway, check out my video on Salem Slot that came out yesterday, and check out my upcoming video for the Platform Part 2. The Platform Part 1 is a great movie, so yeah, let's get it, man. Dick Grayson, maybe not, maybe not. Amazing Man, I don't know. I don't know if Amazing Man, you know, but they could. Okay, let me. I'm not okay. Okay, let's list them. Hawkman could have been Hawkman could have been a feature film because he's yeah. Hawkman is most often depicted as human archaeologist Carter Hall, the modern-day reincarnation of an ancient Egyptian prince named Khufu, or as the Nigerian police officer Carter Hall from the planet Thanagar. I don't know, man. I prefer, and that's the thing, man. How could you? How does one person have two dope backstories? Like this, I think that's why they struggle with it. They don't know which one to make it. But I kind of feel like they could have made one a long time ago. In the times of, and I can imagine this being like, who directed Doom? Who directed Doom? The 1984 film, I think, is it David Lynch? Yes, David Lynch directed Dune, man. Like he could easily have directed Hawkman like from way back, man, and it would have been a mad dope film. So yeah, Hawkman deserved his own film. Blue Beetle got his own film. I kind of feel like what DCEU was doing. Why do I have this feeling, man? I have this weird feeling. Yeah, just tell me if I'm wrong. That if DC continued what it was doing, it could easily have made an excellent film with the Monitor and the Anti-Monitor and Doomsday being one of the maybe Doomsday being one of the main villains. But then after that, Justice League 2 and 3, this person would be the Monitor would be the good guy, Anti-Monitor would be the bad guy, as we saw in this thing in the Justice League in this actual film, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Yes. So another superhero. Okay, he's actually a supervillain, Ultraman. Does Dawnstar. Dawnstar's a superhero, man. I don't know nothing about Dawnstar. Dawnstar, she has no Legion code name. It's from the planet Starhaven, a world colonized by Native Americans who were abducted from Earth by an unknown alien race. Her name is derived from the appearance of Earth of the planet Venus. On Earth, planet Venus, the morning star, which is the reason she wears an eight-pointed star ornament on her forehead. Okay, Dawnstar, I think there was a reimagining in one of the films, in one of the previous films, which featured Supergirl, previous DC animated films, man. Legends of Tomorrow or Heroes of Tomorrow. Anyway, Dawnstar people of Puebloan descent, heritage, and were experimented on by the alien captors, transforming them into metahumans. Dawnstar's parents are Mistred and Moonwalker, and her younger brothers are Greybird and Greatfire. During her late childhood and early teens, her parents built a thriving business on their daughter's ability to guide spaceships through hazardous areas of space. She also worked as a guide to hunters of animals. Okay. Yeah, man. She was in the Legion of Superheroes. Not Heroes of Tomorrow. It was Legion of Superheroes. Um, she could have had her own film. It's like Hawkman could have had his own film. Two of them. One could have been on the Carter Hall, the ancient Egyptian prince who doesn't age. And the other one could have been about the policeman from Thanagar who's just investigating a crime. That would have been cool. I think the one in Black Adam was the ancient Egyptian prince because he was dripped out, man. He was swagged out. I'm not gonna lie. Um, as I said, Doctor Light, Doctor Light, Doctor Light should get her own film, man. Uh, okay, who else? Okay, Solo was actually I'm not sure if he's a good guy or bad guy at this point, but I'm sorry about that, people. Dude, how do we not have an Adam like Adam Strange was such a pivotal character on Krypton, and he is the one who I don't know if he's the one who discovered the boom tubes. Actually, he's the one who gave the Justice League their boom tube abilities. Like if he's not featured in the DCU, I will be very angry. Like I don't know if he has a strong enough story. Like he probably does because I remember he did something. He was going through some stuff in that series, man. That he had to that he had to go to Krypton. Um, let's dig into it, man. Okay. Adam Strange is an archaeologist suddenly teleported from Peru and to the planet Ryan through the Zeta beam. Like he gave them the Zeta beam technology, bro. Like if there's Zeta beam technology in this new Superman film and Adam Strange is not a part of it, I will be pissed off, man. I will be angry. I won't like it. But if the movie's good, it'll probably get a pass. Um, uh, Through Zeta beam, upon his arrival, he is attacked by one of the planet's predators and rescued by a dark old woman called Alana. Yes, that's what happened to Adam Strange, man. Um, he fell in love with Alana, and yeah, she takes him to her father, Sardath, who explained that the Zeta beam was transmitted to Earth in hopes that whatever form of intelligent life that lived there would trace it back to Ran. And he also theorized that in 4.3 years it took the Zeta beam to reach Earth. It was exposed to radiation and transformed into a transportation beam, called on to protect the planet from extraterrestrial threats using range technology. Strange grew to care for the planet and its inhabitants, especially Alana. Eventually, the effects of the beam's transportation wore off, automatically returning Strange to Earth at the exact point of departure. Dude, how cool is that, man? It's like it moved through space and time. It transported the dude. He had a fun time and ran, probably lived there for a couple of years, and it took him right back at exactly the time and the place where he was taken from. And like, how cool is that? Um. Anyway, let's get back to it. Not before Sarah had given him a schedule of beam firings, allowing him to periodically return to the planet. Using mathematical calculations, he was able to determine the exact time and the precise locations at which the Zeta beams would arrive. He travels the world and intercepts them to defend Ran and to be with Alana. Okay, but let's. Okay, the boom tube is mother box technology. Um, so Cyborg is probably the one who gave them the boom tube technology. I hope Cyborg is also in this. He probably isn't because Mr. Terrific is there. But anyway, man. Years, blah, 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 blah. Years later, during an exile in space, Swamp Thing arrives on Ranway, meets Adam Strange. In the story, it is revealed that centuries ago, the planet's population suffered nuclear wars and left them not only with the loss of a large portion of the ecosystem, but also with a genetic problem that made the majority of the population sterile. Another being one of the last on the planet. Throughout history, Swamp Thing manages to create an ecological system in the desert areas of the planet. Also, Alana tells Adam that she is finally able to get pregnant. By who? Tell me, tell yo, women, man. This guy travels through space and time to be with this girl. Because he could have just made the money, but obviously if he's defending around, fighting off people of the planet, he could really just have, moved in between and, saved himself. But obviously he liked this girl and yeah, she better have been pregnant with this kid, man. Graven, Darkseid's Graven. Darkseid's illegitimate son tries to destroy Ranagar City and take the Zeta Beam. Adam Strange is aided by the Dark Stars and Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. There's a lot of Green Lanterns, man. Too many Green Lanterns. Too many Green Lanterns make the soup ill. Anyway, man. Yeah. King Solivar. For many years, Solivar is the leader of the Gorilla City, a hidden city of hyper-intelligent gorillas, renowned for his wisdom and psychic powers. He is virtually unchallenged, except by the villainous Gorilla Grodd and his servant, Monsieur Mallah. Oh, Monsieur. I remember this dude, man. He's too cool. He's like a French-speaking gorilla. This rivalry is so great that after Solivar is captured by the humans playing dumb to keep his identity hidden in secret, Grodd follows him to Central City to learn the secrets of Solivar's force mind powers. He succeeds in this, but the Flash captures him, and after Solivar escapes and tells the Flash of Grodd. The Flash helped the gorilla leader escape and become the first human to know of the city's existence and its location. This leads to a rivalry between Grodd and the Flash, as well as the alliance between the Flash and Solivar. Flash has helped to defeat Grodd many times. So, I don't know if he would actually get his own movie, but Pariah is okay. He's a character created specifically for the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing. He's imprisoned by Oz, affiliate of the Black Lantern Corps. His abilities: immortality, teleportation, and flight. Invulnerability. Yeah, I don't know much about this dude, man, but he's a protagonist. He's a hero. And here we go, man, to the one I've been saying that she deserves her own movie. But let me save that for the last one. Captain Atom. He deserves his own movie, man. Who the hell is Aya? Okay, character made specifically for the film as well. Beth Chapel. Dr. Midnight, man. How could I forget Dr. Midnight, Like, dude. And these are characters which are featured in the film. The film Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3 did a very good job. Actually, all three films, they did a very good job of integrating a lot of the characters from the comics. Because a lot of the characters were that good, and some of the characters have appeared in previous DC films. Actually, most of the characters have appeared in previous DC films. So, Atom, as I said, Ray Palmer, Atom deserved his own movie. Black Lightning deserves his own movie. Challenges of the Unknown deserve their own movie. Blue Devil deserves his own movie, man. Creeper deserves his own movie. Elongated Man. Let me not start, man. Let me not start with the Elongated Man, but like, who does not know Elongated Man? Firestorm. Firestorm, Hawk and Dove, Katana, Mental, the Metalman, Metamorpho. Okay, Metamorpho, I'll give it, he's in the new film. Red Star, Red Tornado, okay, Star Sapphire, Tempest, Tomahawk. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? What are we really doing here? What are we doing here, man? And we giving Deathstroke and Bane their own film. Deathstroke and Bane are Batman villains. The Penguin, I don't know why he got the series, but they're lucky it's good. They are lucky it's good. I don't know why it's good. I actually hope that it would fail. I'm sorry, like not not to say that to see other people fail gives me kicks, but to to achieve this, to get more superheroes unseen, because we all know the Penguin, man. The Penguin is like one of the best villains of all time. Like, even though this is the proper incarnation of the Penguin, that first Penguin was good as well, and he was gangster as hell. Like, in terms of their character, very little is different. They are almost exactly the same people in terms of their character. They have deficiencies. They don't like to be disrespected. They are power hungry. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? And they've been trampled upon. That's exactly why they're power hungry. They have been trampled upon, disinherited, debushed, spit upon. They're just getting what's theirs, man. Doctor Midnight should. I don't know why they didn't give her own movie, man. Okay, elongated, man. I'm just trying to remember. Like, dude, you don't get him, man. Oh, he was in the Justice League Unlimited series with Booster Gold. He was in the Flash. I mean, okay, you have to give these shows their due, man. They gave a lot of these characters their time to shine. Because they knew that they were working with such an incredible amount of source material, man. And even the Flash and Arrow. What I like about the Flash is that it wasn't like the Flash villains only. They did it the proper way, like how James Gunn is doing it in the films right now. Like, it's a Superman film, but it would feature many different superheroes as well. That works. That works out brilliantly. Because if let's say one of the characters becomes super popular, like how this person was very popular. I'm just trying to think of another X-Men Origins film besides Wolverine, because Wolverine was super popular and that was a team up film. Like, if it works out like that, man, they would get their own spin-off film. We get to know more about them. It could lead to more spin-offs, which would be more origin stories, which wouldn't really be a spin-off per se, but it would be a standalone film. So I don't know. Um, you don't get the man. It's cool, man. I don't know who Creeper is, but he seems cool. I'll leave that article for me to read later. Let me just give the one that I think should be made. Yeah. Kimi Tazu Hoshi. Kimi Tazu Hoshi. A brilliant but overly driven scientist. Give me a second, people. I just need to. Yes, people, we're back. Yeah. I was saying, man. Another person who I feel deserves a movie would be Dr. Light. Let me explain. Um, Dr. Light, Kimio Tazuhoshi, a brilliant but overly driven scientist, was the supervising astronomer at an observatory in Japan, overseeing a group of astronomers charting the natural effects of the crisis on Infinite Earth. She is also a medical doctor shown as Justice League in Justice League Annual and Justice League America. As the crisis continued, Hoshi's fascination with the phenomenon grew into an obsession. While the men grew concerned with their safety, disgusted by their mounting fear, Hoshi arrogantly insulted them and ordered an evacuation, leaving her to study the crisis alone through her telescope. Meanwhile, the monitor, being linked with all positive matter, senses his enemy, the anti-monitor, absorbing yet another positive matter Earth with his antimatter cloud. To tip the scales for the heroes of the positive universe, the monitor activates one last warrior. He sends a devastating beam of energy from the star Vega to Earth, which strikes the observing Hoshi, leaving massive destruction in its wake. Granted the power of photonics and the name Dr. So she basically have the same powers of Photon from the Marvel universe. Anyway, to tip the scales of the heroes of the positive universe, the monitor activates one last warrior. Anyway, there. Dr. Light. Hoshi is assigned by the monitor to guard one of the vibrational forks needed to save Earth. Teen Titans member Starfire and Outsiders member Halo set out to destroy the machine. Since Dr. Light can't speak to them in English, she resorts to blasting them away from the machine. Superman is the first to communicate with her, given his knowledge of most of Earth's languages. Oh, Superman, he knows Japanese. Superman. Anyway, let me not hate on him. Once the Earth's heroes and villains are brought aboard the Monitor satellite, the Japanese-speaking Katana takes over as Kimio's translator. Yeah, man, I think Katana deserves her own film as well, man. She definitely does. She has her own gallery of sidekicks. Like that's the first photo I see when I press. Like, dude, I have to get the setup right, man, because yeah, this is not cool. This is not cool at all. I have to get the setup right. Oh man, nah, this is not on. Cause, dude, oh, sorry about that, people. Okay, yeah, Katana probably deserves a film as well, man. Tasu Yamashiro, that's her name as well. I don't know why. I'm a Japanese fan, you know. Yeah, and plus you got a fan base as big as Japan. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay, well, okay, Dr. Light. Anyway, so Dr. Light is basically like a key member for Crisis on Infinite Earths. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to figure out like a different side where she's not needed in this whole Infinite Crisis thing. Um, an article discussing the destruction of Star City and by extension Kimio's loss of power appeared at the 52 website, which is designed to complement the weekly comic series. Um, so she didn't have any powers at that point, and the article places a date on the city's destruction, which was depicted in the final OYL 1 year later, Green Arrow Ox, specifying that the event took place on May 15th. Problematically, this dating places the story after events of depicted in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Given this dating, Kimio's loss of power took place during the events of 52 Week 2, which given Green Arrow's appearance at the end of 52 Week 1 would appear to make sense, although it in turn makes nonsense of information contained in Green Arrow Volume 354, where it is revealed that Kimio has not used her powers for 2 years. It does this. So she beat. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. So okay, it was like another. There was a different article that I read actually, man, about Dr. Light. So that article that was years ago. That actually made me a fan of Dr. Light and seeing her on the Flash TV series. Um, anyway, man. So this is on Katana. Um, Tatsuya Shiro is an average Japanese girl, save for her proficiency in the martial arts, a trait encouraged by her parents. Two brothers, Maseo and Takeo Yamashiro, from whom she gained her current uh, surname, both proclaim their love for her. While she likes them both, she chooses Maseo as her husband. Enraged, Takeo refuses to attend the couple's wedding. Maseo disowns his own brother, who joined the Yakuza and took the mark of a dragon tattoos across his chest. Tatsu and Maseo, mourning the death of Tatsu's parents, start a family of their own. Tatsu gives birth to twins Yuki and Reiko. Meanwhile, Takeo rises through the Yakuza ranks and indulges his exotic taste for ancient weapons. He is presented with a pair of matching swords by General Kams, by General Kong's later henchman to Baron Bedlam. That's cool. One of which Takeo favors for his mystical properties. Takeo spends days preparing himself before taking boat tours to the Yamashiro residence, demanding his brother duel for the prize of Tatsu. During the course of the struggle, a fire is started, and Masaya is distracted by his children. Takeo kills his brother with a sword that later becomes known as the Sword Taker, which is pretty cool. Tatsu arises just in time to see her husband die and engage Takeo, gaining the upper hand and disarming him. Attempting to save her children, she hears her husband's voice coming from the sword, telling her they are already lost. Escaping with her life, Tatsu begins training as a samurai under the master called Tadashi. After much time, she graduates from his tutorship and leaves for America. She intends to use the talents to fight for justice. She takes the name Katana after the sword that she was possessed for some time by the sword of her husband. And that was like the coolest. Um, that was the coolest intro for the Suicide Squad, man. Though I don't quite remember them using it as much. So anyway, man, that was just my very long rant about that. And there's probably way more. There's probably way more superheroes who deserve their own film. Because I don't know, man. I'm tired of the whole television series thing now, man. The last one I actually liked, but even the ending, they didn't quite put it up for me. Was Miss Marvel. Yeah, sorry about that, people. Yeah. I cannot be tired when I want to do this more. Oh man. As Joker Foley do, this is the next article I'm reading. It's about Todd Phillips and how he says he doesn't want to do DC films anymore. Should I? Nah, anyway, I'm not gonna wait. Like, wait. I'm not gonna hold my thoughts until the thing is out, until the video I'm about to make is out. As Joker Folie due his theaters, what I wanted to say is that Todd Phillips is an excellent director who probably felt so disrespected by the fact that they compared his film to Taxi Driver and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And he hated that. He just hated it, man. So much so that he tried to, do something original and it didn't work out, and which just fueled his hate even more for this film. But what he fails to understand is that even the greatest film directors have always had something. Like, you have an idea, nothing has nothing has not been done before, man. Nothing has not been done before. So even if it's good, even if it's something so small that the creator's gonna feel that you stole it from them, it it doesn't mean anything, man. Because at the end of the day, you made your product, it was good. It Besides the money, because even if it is show business, the money is not the end all be all. It's all about actually making the product that you wanted to make, and he did that, man. And he did that. He achieved it at a very high level. So why does Todd Phillips care about these people, man? So much so that he basically made this film a musical, a flop. Where have you ever heard of super? Anyway, man, it flopped, and yeah, he says that he's tired, man. He's not gonna coming back. He says it's time that DC's up. I'm not even gonna read this article, but the article on superhero hype. If you want to read it, whoever was watching this, because at least I know some people be watching this. Um, Todd Phillips says my time in the DC universe has ended after Joker Folie do. Uh, uh, okay. He also addressed. He says there's no plans for Joker 3. That even though this first one grossed over $1 billion and earned Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar for Best Actor, despite the success, he says there are no plans for Joker 3. Yeah, man. He says that he's not going to make a spin off Harley Quinn film based in this universe. Thank God. Uh, been there, done that. Anyway, yo, man. The less said about this, the better, man. Wait, where am I? What's going on here? Nope. Should I? Anyway, as I said, I'm tired of these films. Uh, the Dynamic Duo is getting filmed, man. They are getting you know, it's okay. What is it? James Gunn announces a revolutionary new animated movie from DC Studios, simply known as the Dynamic Duo, and it will spotlight two of the Robins. I remember, I think I saw a teaser for this, but I hope I didn't. I hope it's not true. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Oh man, what? James Gunn taking the piss because when he's at Marvel, he brings characters that no one's ever heard of. But when he goes to DC, all he's doing is spamming characters everybody's known for years. What is that, man? What is that? Dude, I think I should actually make a video about this, man. James Gunn, I trusted you, man, but you disappointed me, bro. You are disappointing me. I still like the cast of Superman that you put other obviously the cast the roster of superheroes that you put in there besides Superman himself. I like that. It gives me hope. But all of these side projects that you're just okaying, man. Please give J.J. Abrams a film. Oh man, you know what? I'm not even gonna read any of this because it's all about. It talks about why Joker failed and why does it seem like no one cares. Uh, no one should care because Joker fell on his own sword. That's what I think, man. It's an IGN Africa article about how this is another death blow to DC, to the DC brand. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. The DC brand is hella strong, bro. It is hella strong. So where do you get another franchise which has two enemies of a superhero? One has an acclaimed series right now. The other has an acclaimed film. Not talking about Joker, I'm talking about the previous Joker film. You know. Anyway, bro. In recent years, it became clear that Batman, along with the larger superhero movies, just lost some of its wind beneath his cape. Look no further than Joker. This article is so biased, bro. They compared the films of Deadpool and Wolverine. And, you know, oh man, yeah, I'm not gonna read any of this, bro, because it's a long article. It is a long article, man, and I really don't care for it. And all it's just regurgitating something that everyone knows right now. Um, yeah, man, I'm not actually. Yeah, I'm done with this. It's yeah, the dynamic duo, and the teaser came out. It's been confirmed, dynamic duo, man. Uh, why? I mean, come on. You have so much more. Yeah, man. If I drop the video, just don't hate me, man. Don't hate me.
One, I believe in myself.
Yo, man.
I know.
Good night, bro. Good night. Good luck. Uh, yeah. It's probably wait. Is this the third stream of this week? Is it? Should be the second stream of this week. Yeah, man. We're doing it. The consistency is consisting. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, check out my videos, like and subscribe. Thank you, all whoever is watching this, man. And one person in space, throughout space and time. Um, I appreciate you, those few people, whoever you are. May all your wishes and may all your wishes come true. May the best of health be upon you. May life give you all that you need and all that you want. May the Lord protect you. I'm not a overly spiritual person, but yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining.